Welcome back to Town Talk Tuesdays. We back with our longest consecutive running show, Town Talk Tuesdays, episode 13.
Come on.
Scary hours. We got your boy JSkip dripping with the Seattle Manners bucket hat.
You gotta peep the gang. You know, you can't see in the back, but friends, shout out, hometown bakery.
Come on. Let's go. But yeah, Skip, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Feeling great. You know, just want to take a couple seconds just first to acknowledge 2 days ago we celebrated, our second year of celebrating our brother, his heavenly birthday, Tudor Baker. It was on April 17th.
R.I.P. Tudor.
He was a big factor to just everything that we had going on. So it's only right that we show him that consistent love that he would show us to this very day. And he continues to show us from a higher place, So just want to throw that out there first. And secondly, this is the pre-420,
Come on.
And so, our family is obviously well notable regarding, cannabis law and CBD and stuff like that.
Yeah, so, shout out our sponsor, Ancient Experience. Y'all already know the truth.
Of course.
In the links below, the best organic health products, CBD. Get all your healing needs, Come on, we very, knowledgeable in the cannabis game, y'all, for real.
Absolutely. Tap in.
So, yeah, what do you feeling like we should do on Town Talk tomorrow for 420? I mean, is the fam free? We gotta hit up all the fam, man. Like, come on.
Man, if we can get a fam session, man, that'd be perfect, man.
Come on. We gonna need to hear some hype in the comments. Y'all need to like this video. Come on, we gonna do a 420 special if it's all the love's there, you feel me?
For sure.
But yeah, so let's kick it off with some local news. Like,
come on.
Sports talk, the M's is going up. Probably the best roster we've had in a while. Like, they kicked out their season. They're like, what, 4-4 right now? Going solid. Just probably like their little third or fourth series with a couple teams. But
yeah, how
far do you see us making it this year? And do you smell a playoff berth?
Well, every year, as M's fans, we can just hope for the playoffs. We can hope and pray for the playoffs. But this year is a very young team. I feel like from just in comparison to the other years, we have that youthfulness. We have that talent, the raw talent. We have, former All-Stars. We have a former MVP that's still on his way back to the roster. So, and we have the former minor league MVP that got bumped up this year, Julio Rodriguez.
Come on.
So, it's a whole lot of just real raw talent, especially young talent. And, of course, people of color, man.
Hey, the man is going nuts.
So, we really appreciate that. And especially with not too many people know this, but a lot of the former Mariners from the 90s, early 2000s being heavily involved with the organization from Ken Griffey Jr. going from front office to actual ownership.
The kid.
And having a big say in what happens. And you got Edgar Martinez, who's the hitting coach. You got Ichiro, who's still involved with the fielders. He actually wore his uniform for for the opening day when he threw out the first pitch. So, that just shows you just how well connected that our former Hall of Famers are to this organization. A lot of people aren't that fortunate, especially coming from the teams where it's almost like a one and done scenario. They just go to the team like a Yankees just for a ring shot,
Exactly. Now the Mariners built different, but I'm happy to see where we can go this year, man.
Absolutely. I know. If playoffs don't come out of this, at least we'll have a consistency in just knowing just that
we can play consistent good baseball.
Exactly.
Have a good team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But having that notoriety
and that culture, last year we built that culture. I know we traded our closer toward the end of the year, but I think it worked out for the best. And but the thing that came out of last season, which it wasn't playoffs, but our team had its own culture. And shout out my dog in the comments, J42G, talking about 420. We already need, we need a big loud. Come on. We don't have to do that for sure. Jay, come on. What sports talk you got, J42? I know you know about the sports talk too, so comment down below. How you think about the Mariners this year and who you're excited to see play?
Hey, and a real quick shout out Beast Mode, staying a town legend that he is.
Oh, ownership.
Ownership of them Kraken,
Beast mode, part ownership of the Kraken. He gonna be in the town. I know the Bay Area mad because we get more beast mode. But hey, man,
we take beast mode and GP, man. They town legends, exactly. Man. Come on,
hey, GP2 got 206 tatted on him. Shout out him.
Come on, grew up with us. Boy. Come on, from the CD, man. Where it all started.
Well, I mean, hey, as long as we're saying they all a part of.
Seattle's finest.
Exactly. Gang. And shout out LOB. Continuing to stay here. You seen Beast Mode bring him out at the Kraken game. Cam Chancellor, Cliff Averill. Those guys are just so crucial to, this the society up here because, that just puts a stamp on just what kind of culture that we bring as a city,
Oh, yeah, that's another common thing, J42G. As good as they look this year, I don't want to get disappointed. I know,
Facts.
But look, we gotta have our hopes up. We are 12s. We got to. But man, I hope they can really do it because I think that it'll be definitely a failed season if we don't make the playoffs for sure.
For the Mariners.
For the Mariners.
Yeah.
For the Mariners.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could say it, but at the same time, we can't be mad just because they don't have that experience yet. It's just us fans that have just had such. The playoffs are, are just hypothetical to us. Like, we wish we were in playoffs consistently,
It's different being a Mariners fan because, other teams are like, we got championship aspirations, but in Seattle, our hopes are low. We want playoff. we got playoff aspirations for baseball, for real. Hey, but T-Mobile Park's looking beautiful. I can't wait to catch a couple games because there ain't nothing like going to the ballpark, getting your Cracker Jacks, and going crazy.
Come on. You just can't. You can't duplicate that vibe, and especially from a baseball game where there's, the consistent chance, the take me out to the ball game. There's the beer garden vibe where, everybody's high-fiving. Yeah. It's just the setting that we just miss so much because it brings togetherness within the community.
It brings you, whoever you go with, you'll just be forced to sit there at a baseball game for a few hours and just talk. Just be in person. Just, away from the phones, really, You should. Hopefully the phone, the battery runs out just while you're out there. So you can just enjoy your time at the baseball game, You feel me?
Facts.
But speaking of beast mode, the Seahawks signed Geno Smith back to a $3.5 million deal. And $3.5 million as well, he can match it in incentive, so up to a $7 million deal. How you feeling about our backup potentially being the starting quarterback?
Well, one thing is we all know that Geno is at least consistent, when he did have the keys, as we should say, as the starting quarterback last year. He posted a 105 quarterback rating.
Exactly. Five TDs, one interception.
And that one interception wasn't his fault. So we can't fault him on that. Yeah. So his actual decision making was better than Russell Wilson's. His actual play was better than Russell Wilson's. So I mean, in that category, I mean, just think of it last year when he came into the game, it wasn't only Pete Carroll, it was the whole NFL. They called him the best backup in the NFL, undoubtedly. And who was Drew Lock? I mean, he was a backup. So I mean,
please, no Drew Lock. Look.
We got to give him the keys. We have to give him that opportunity. But
I'm rocking with Jacob Eason or Geno Smith, but we seen they interviewed Colin Kaepernick in Seattle. He's working out at UW. I hope the people watching out there saw that, but yeah. So Kaepernick just kind of gave his whole stance on why he should give it a chance. And
facts. They just interviewed him on the I Am Athlete, and that was his first in-depth interview that he's had since playing and everything.
Oh, I gotta catch that. What? Yeah, that's our stuff. I Am Athlete, Pivot Podcast. Shout out to them, man, for real.
Absolutely, and they hit every hard-hitting question that an NFL owner, NFL exec, coach, anybody would have as a fan. They role played in that manner of having that type of interview, and Kaepernick hit every question on the head. So I mean, for the fact that if we don't give him it, and that's what's crazy, it just so happens that we're the city that just has the the kahunas to step up and be about what we say.
It took Mr. Old Pete to be the one to say something. That just tells you that all the other NFL coaches and executives and GMs, they're really rattled. Like, I don't know what we should do. I don't know if we should give him a chance. So Pete Carroll's like, nah, I'm established. I don't want chips in the college, chips in the NFL. Bend the chips. We giving him a shot.
So in a nutshell, just like a little overview of what was said, they asked Colin, is he about being a distraction to the locker room, to the team, to taking away that attention, Colin, reiterated that his last season, that 2016 season, he was voted, the captain in the most, and he got the leadership award from the locker room. So everything internal, and he reiterated that John Harbaugh and Chip Kelly vouched for his leadership.
Wow.
So, I mean, that obviously out the window. Everything internally, everybody was on his side. Everybody gave him the most courageous award. Like they gave him all these end of the season awards because they believed him that much. And then aside from that, they're like, well, what about, just being a distraction to fans and stuff like that? Colin reiterated. Now we have end racism at the end of our, in our touchdowns. We have Black Lives Matter on the back of our helmets.
And stop hate on the back of our helmets.
All you've done as the NFL is align with everything of what I've said and what I've led with.
That's what I'm saying. He needs. That's what I'm saying. That is the reason why he needs to be having the opportunity to be a part of this, because the whole league now, everything about it says Colin Kaepernick.
Exactly.
They're going his direction without letting him have a spot on the team.
His last thing, he reiterated, he is willing to take that backup role, but he also emphasized that he's not going to be there that long. That's how confident he is in his ability. He said he's willing to take that backup role, take the back seat. But just know, when I showcase my talent, I'm not going to be there for that long. Someone with that type of confidence and someone with that type of, hunger and a chip on their shoulder to get back to playing the game that they love, who are you to take that, that opportunity away from them? And then on top of that, he threw, just as a cherry on top, they were like, well, what do you say about, this is going to take away from our sales. This is going to take away from our jersey sales.
The sales are going up.
He brought Nike $6 billion with a B.
With that ad.
Billion.
With that ad that stand up for something or fall for anything.
Yeah.
Was it the ad? Yeah, that legendary
more
advertisement.
than that, just his whole movement.
Yeah. For sure.
And so, $1 billion, like, the numbers are there, the leadership's there, the talent's there. The only thing you have is the racism. So who are you as a person is what it really comes down to.
Well, we look at Brian.
Really value.
Look at the state of the NFL right now. Brian Flores has, the lawsuit against
absolutely
to show like the discrimination hiring practices of the NFL. There's been even a
Hugh
white
Jackson.
Exactly.
Paid,
not only Hugh Jackson, but there's also been a white coach that has joined him in his fight. Like, so like this is all happening in the NFL right now, but they don't want to just put the cherry on top, which is Kaepernick. Absolutely.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. A lot of the teams, they'll hear this message and they'll just, they'll play that racism card that they got left, But for us, as an organization with not only a coach, but a general manager and a team owner that stands behind in racism, equality matters and stuff like that, it just sucks that we're the only ones that are probably gonna, give him that opportunity. But we have to give him that opportunity, like, because no one else will. So I mean, we just got to suck it up and just be who we are, who we are to a T. And that's, trying to open up conversations while also, tearing down, these
barriers and these doubts that people have. We're just trying to give another human being a chance.
Exactly. Just look at him as a human being. Don't look at him as a distraction in the locker room and, oh, this is going to hurt my friend Billy, who's a mad racist but a huge Seahawk fan. Like, no, he doesn't need to be a Seahawk fan.
Exactly.
How about that? How about let's start with that? How about your friend doesn't deserve to be a fan rather than
he's not a 12, bro? Because look,
someone else's
listen, if they screaming 12 a man, but let's be honest, 80% of the players are black or brown.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
You got to know that if you're
more than 80%.
It's 90%, man. I played it short for the viewers, man. But we know the truth. We're not beating up on like those people that really feel like Kaepernick disrespected the flag. But if you really look at the research, he didn't. He's just standing up for us, disenfranchised minorities that don't have that big voice. And he was the first of any big NFL star to do that. And now it's common, and they all speak out about it.
Exactly.
Especially in the Seahawks, you can talk about whatever you want political wise in the Seahawks camp. You feel me? So it's just very different now. But overall, Skip, do you feel like Seahawks will give Kaepernick a chance?
I feel like
if he got on the team, you think Geno's going to win a starting role or Kaepernick?
See, this is the thing. I know that if we give him a chance, Well, we definitely left room for him to get a chance because Gino's contract is only, I believe, $500,000 guaranteed, and that $3.5 million, I believe, is, or maybe that five. All right, so my bad. The $500,000 was a signing bonus that was guaranteed. The $3.5 million is also incentives, but the extra $3.5 million is for in-game play incentives. So,
okay, for sure. So they want him on the field.
He still can make up to $3.5 million as a backup. You know, he doesn't necessarily.
But that's the respect for Gino being like a top 3 first round pick.
Exactly. So I mean, there's definitely room for Colin Kaepernick to to come in and compete. But I feel like as far as mixing in the two, they'll do that rather than having just one just take the reins and then just ride it out.
For sure.
Because I feel like we all know that Gino knows the system well. He's gonna get the start. He's gonna get the start pretty much automatically. Like, regardless what the case is. But we know Colin's athleticism, his whole dynamic as a player. He has an arm and he has legs, that are just crazy. So I mean, putting him in at Wildcat, putting him in different formations, having them rotate, it keeps the defense guessing. And that'll just only make us even better. That's a dream scenario that we wished the years back when Colin, had the workout with the Seahawks, and Pete said that Colin was a starting quarterback and we already had Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But
whoever that guy is. But
Exactly. But we all figured then we could use Colin. Then we were like, we could use Colin. Russ doesn't run on 4th and 1s. We punt. Even if it's on goal line, we're kicking.
It'd be 4th and 1 on. No, it'd be 3rd and 1 on the goal. They'd be like, let's kick a field goal. It'd be some weird stuff.
Let's go up 3.
No,
we just lost the game.
There's no more need for 3, and many reasons in the town. But look,
come on,
I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. DK about to get hit more. DK about to get more TDs. DK about to get more yards. Russ cannot hit DK Metcalf over the middle.
Yeah.
How come Gino had 3 DK TDs in 2 games?
Exactly.
DK should have had 20 TDs in the season. I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Like,
exactly.
Hey, the sun is bright in the city, man. And
I
wish I said the town, man. The town going
very
stupid
bright.
for sure.
People are gonna talk down on the whole scenario, but the thing is, with what he was given last year, and mind you, a lot of people were already injured at that point. It wasn't just Russell Wilson. We were missing. On defense, we were already missing Jamal Adams. We were already missing Trey Brown. We were already missing all of these factors, yet Gino kept us in the game because Gino knew how to move the ball and keep the ball moving. So, I mean, as long as that's all we've needed. We've never needed an elite quarterback to define who we are because we have an elite wide receiver, elite wide receivers, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. We have an elite running back, Chris Carson.
And Rashad Penny.
Potentially Rashad Penny, if he can.
I think you got to switch those around now. Cause I feel like right now Rashad Penny's healthy and potentially Chris Carson because Chris Carson hasn't really released any information on his neck injury, which could be season ending.
It could be career ending. We have to factor that.
We need Gino, but we also need Colin. We need Colin for sure, man.
Facts.
Shout out the comments, man.
I feel like if we get Colin, Super Bowl, undoubtedly.
Because look, they can say what they want about the offense, but look, they can have time to get together because the defense is on stack. The defense is on stacked up. And wait till we get Sauce Gardner.
Yeah. They won't see us then.
They ain't gonna want to see us.
They ain't gonna
with Sauce Gardner, Jamal Quandre, Jordan Brooks, Darrell Taylor, Shelby Harris. Come on, dog. The defense is going stupid. I forgot about Sidney Jones signed back, man. We at least got another cornerback for sure once we get Sauce Gardner. But I know we keeping it sports heavy on this episode, but it's all for a reason, y'all, because it turns out Seattle's own mayor, Bruce Harrell, shout him out. He's been having daily talks to bring the Sonics back. So for anyone watching out there, they're like, well, you guys don't have a stadium. No, we got a stadium. They rebuilt Key Arena, made it Climate Pledge Arena, and look, it holds 18,100. And you think about the Golden State Warriors brand new arena, how much does that hold? It only holds 18,064. So we have a bigger stadium than what the Golden State Warriors are playing in right now. So we have the location right in the heart of downtown and Seattle Center, right next to the Science Center, a beautiful place everyone knows. And look, we got it. And our mayor has been talking every day, apparently in an article from Seattle Times, that just having talks about the NBA bringing a team to Seattle, and I feel like they also want to expand to, what was the other city I'm thinking of?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas and Seattle are the new expansion locations potentially, and the money's there.
The money's there.
Seattle's bringing in so much money from our big tech that's coming up.
Yeah.
We're darn near like big Silicon Valley in the Bay. It's almost like that, the way that they're, house value up here raised 19% in the last year.
Absolutely.
Sold by Anjanae, our cousin, who gave us the facts
Tap
last
in.
week. Come on. But yeah, I'm really feeling like the Sonics are going to come back. I'm thinking like 2024, and I don't know about OKC. They're going to have to give us back our Sonics history and our 1979 championship because
I think that they're just holding on to it just because the NBA, I feel like there's nowhere else for it to go, if they didn't, have it, and they're basically just holding on to it for us, in that manner, because obviously we know how much Seattle means to the NBA. We're reminded by it every now playoff game. There's NBA players from Seattle that are taking over the games and stuff like that. Shout out Jaden McDaniels. Shout out Jalen Noel.
Zach Levine.
DeJounte Murray, baby boy. Shout out to everybody, doing their thing. But they just know how basketball rich this city is. They know what this means not only to the players, who, have now, succeeded without having a team to look up to and stuff like that, but to rather focus on individual players and mimic their style and stuff like that, or, just wait till the summertime pro-am to actually get a full, a real-life basketball experience with professionals in front of your face where you can actually see them live.
Exactly. Look, everyone's invested in Seattle. I think the NBA needs to as well. You got Marshawn Lynch, Beast Mode, the beloved athlete of the whole country. Everybody loves Beast Mode.
Facts.
I don't give a darn. He started off his career in New York, so he got love from the East Coast and the West Coast for sure.
Facts.
He's now a part owner along with Macklemore, but that's whatever, of the Kraken. But y'all need the NBA come invest in Seattle because we gonna return that investment. I bet you I'll bet 100 to anyone watching this that for the first 3 years, every single Sonics game is sold out. Even if we go 20-62,
absolutely,
I don't care, bro.
That's the thing. I always knew that money wasn't really the issue, and especially stadium, because I even looked up the old capacity of the Key Arena. They only I think increased capacity by 100 seats, if that. It was always 18,000.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in some cases it was actually more. But when I looked into the details of what the NBA wanted, they wanted luxury boxes. They wanted more privatized seating.
Yeah.
And Seattle's not that type of city. We're the home of the 12s. We're the home of regular fans being the fans. We're not the home of billionaires sitting courtside and people getting all the shine and stuff like that.
$800 for the nosebleeds, come on now.
Exactly.
The people will be able to watch for sure.
So yeah, if anything, they should look at it as how we persevered through not having an NBA team, even though we've loved the NBA so much because we love our Sonics. Our Sonics were
speaking of persevering, just think about how many NBA games you watch on TV and you see someone in the crowd with the Sonics jersey on. I seen Klay Thompson this season while he was still hurt wearing a Jimi Hendrix shirt with Jimi Hendrix wearing a Sonics jersey. That is a fact.
Facts.
Klay Thompson grew up in Oregon. He loved the Sonics that much, and he had the Trailblazers.
Facts.
Come on now, the Sonics. The NBA knows they messed up. Whoever, it wasn't even the NBA. It was that weirdo who sold the team. All I'm saying is
Starbucks.
I can't believe he did that to us because ever since then, I know he's been haunted. Speaking of episode 13, Scary Hours, he's been haunted because the fans.
Facts.
It's like the Sonics left a year ago, not 14 years ago.
Facts.
Come
on.
And
he saw that when he thought he could run for mayor. He put his name in for mayor for only a day, and then seeing all the backlash he got of people not even wanting to hear anything.
They wouldn't have voted him out the city.
They didn't even want to hear anything he said, and he immediately withdrew from the race. He didn't even get to really have his name on the official ballot. They just announced it to all the news stations, and then the next morning, Howard Schultz withdraws from Seattle mayoral candidacy. But at the end of the day,
will we get the Sonics back?
Will we get the Sonics back?
Yes, that's what I'm going with a hard yes. Even if it's 2024 or 2028, we're getting
them back. And that's because obviously we see, like I've said, with the Mariners organization, with the Seahawks organization, we're just a city where our players are attached to this environment. We have so many Seattle legends that this is where their home is now. Gary Payton, he just introduced Marcus Smart as the next defensive player of the year.
Gary Payton has properties and businesses in Seattle along with a home here too.
Along with, and that's basketball wise, Sean Kemp, and even going further than that, people who never even played for the Sonics are here. Bill Russell, and that's the guy with the most rings.
Loving Seattle life. Come on now, look, if y'all are out there watching, come on now, y'all gotta come to Seattle because look, people really love to live here. Like, look, on Draymond Green's podcast, Gary Payton literally talked about how he loves Seattle. He can never leave this city, and he said that we crave and we want a team so bad. And look, we're gonna get that team. That's just how we rock as a 12. Being from Seattle, I know we're gonna get the team. I'm just so mad. Like, look, we lost a team in 2008. My little brother was born in 2008. He didn't even get to see the glory of the Sonics. You feel me? So look, we got generations that are wanting the Sonics, and they ain't even get to see them yet. Yeah. So I know the love is there for sure.
But think of this though, like all this pent up animosity and all this pent up just anxiousness of having a team, and when we have a team, what it's gonna do? They're not ready for the Seattle dynasty. They're not ready to give us the keys like that because they know that it's gonna come. Like that's what I said. We obviously, they took the NBA away from us. But we took the NBA away from them. We have the most players in the NBA per capita from Seattle. So, I mean, just think of the emphasis that we're going to have on the league when we do have a team. Think of how many superstars that are going to want to come here.
For those watching,
they're not going to want that
look. No, I got you, Skip. For those watching, he just talked about how we produce the most NBA players in this state, right?
Facts.
That's like an NFL not having a team in Texas or California or Florida, but wait. They have multiple in each of those states.
Yeah.
So look, NBA, you're missing out on money for sure. And look, I already know they're coming back. But look, I mean, we gonna get the Sonics back. But look, we got a viewer shout out right here. Talk about what happened in the NBA last night. You already know the deal, man. My Warriors, we're not done yet. We ain't did nothing yet. The series don't start till the home team loses. And look,
come on,
we handled business 2-0. Jokic got mad. He tried to fight the ref, got ejected.
Man.
He's a back-to-back MVP, about to get swept back-to-back. Look, Draymond Green dropped a podcast today and said we didn't do nothing yet. So it's looking scary hours like episode 13 for Jokic because, look, we on a revenge tour. 2 years ago, we was 15 in what, 67? Come on, dog. Y'all forgot about that? Y'all had the Suns and the Bucks going crazy? Man, no, we back on it. But look. In other words, too, right now, you got Ja Morant versus Anthony Edwards, and I'm going to go on and say, I think Anthony Edwards is going to send the Grizzlies home and help out my Warriors because then next round it'll be the 7th seed and the 1st seed Suns because they're going to twax the Pelicans. And then next round, we're going to be playing Luka. He's going to come back and save that series because the Jazz couldn't win the first 2 games, and they split 1-1. They had Jalen Brunson drop 40, 8, and 5. Like, where did that come from, Jalen Brunson? Luka been carrying y'all all 2 years straight. Like, where that been at? But look, so yeah, next round gonna be Warriors and Mavs. Utah, you're not built for this. D. Mitchell, get out of there. Spider, I love you. We love you. But Spider get out of there, Spider. We love you, Spidey. We're me and Skip, the 2 biggest Spider-Man fans there is, for real. So it's like, we love Donovan Mitchell, all that. But, Cuddy, you got to get out of Utah because they're not treating you right. That's every year. It's a good regular season and a trash postseason, dog. Get out of there for sure.
Facts. This is going to be a wild offseason for, obviously, the NFL. It's been for the NFL, and it continues to be because there's still a lot of big names left. But for the NBA, it's going to be a lot of moving around depending on how this offseason goes. We talk about the Warriors, and possibly this being their last runs at the title, for them sticking together and
stuff like that. You must not have seen Jordan Poole out here averaging 29.5 in his first 2 playoff games. Boy, we not done yet. Look, if Curry got 4 more years left, bro, y'all better be scared for us to get 4 more rings.
Oh, yeah, it's going crazy, and that's what I'm saying, just all around. You got the Bucks dominating.
Hey, shout out to Cummins, another Spidey fan, man.
Hey, come on.
And shout out 206 for life too. We need the Sonics back. We see all the comments. Shout out all the love. Subscribe, y'all, because look, we coming with straight talent talk. Y'all see we knowledgeable on all our topics. We know all the stats, all the players. We know what's going on in the league. Come on now, comment. you know, we already got through all our topics, so we can answer a couple more viewer comments, but we're going to just keep talking about the NBA playoffs.
Oh, that was through all the topics? Dang.
Yeah, we went through it, man. We talked about all that. So, yeah, what you feeling about the playoffs, though?
Man.
Because, look, that Boston and Brooklyn series with Jason Tatum hitting the game winner,
I'm not
man,
gonna
that
lie.
was
Yeah,
crazy.
That was down to the wire. That's definitely crazy. And it's also crazy seeing that, you know,
look at this.
Getting fined. To be honest, nah, because why do fans get to
call him a B word and a P word?
Why did they get to?
And all he did was flick him off.
Exactly.
But after the game, he did say SMD when someone was like, "F you, Avery." SMD, bro. But that's that New Jersey in him. He's from New Jersey, so you gotta. If you met some New York people, you know that they talk like that at dinners. That's the normal for them.
I hate to play the racist card, but the whole reason why they have an issue is because Kyrie, all he did was expose the racism there. He just said, "Can you guys please just calm down the racism?" And mind you, Kyrie
Boston
is not only a black man, he's also
a Muslim.
Well, not only that, but he is the only one on paper, DNA, Native American in the NBA. So we gotta hold that accountable, you know.
But Kyrie's not from the U.S. though. Where was he?
Well, his father played overseas.
Okay.
But he is from the Lakota tribe. For
sure.
He even got his own like him and his sister were indoctrined in the tribe and everything. They went through a whole ceremony and everything to get their spiritual names.
Hey, for those watching out there, they don't know about your tribe and everything, Cuddy. Tell them about your link to Native American.
Tell them a little about something.
You see it, y'all. Hold on, we can go to it a little some more.
Yeah, you zoom down a little bit. So yeah, I'm from the Nimipu Nez Perce tribe. For those who don't know, our most famous chief, Chief Joseph, and I'm a descendant from his little brother, his only sibling, just as Jimmy DeLeon Hendricks Alicott. So we are Nez Perce royalty, you know, through our bloodline. And obviously you see the wolf right here, and that's my spiritual animal.
Wolfman Skip.
You know? So paying homage to that, and the one feather represents just me until I, of course, marry and have kids and stuff like that. Then I can add them feathers and stuff. But
Filthy. Come on, Cuddy. Love that. But look.
Come on. We have to respect our native people.
And Kyrie should not have got fined because this is the playoffs. Look,
exactly.
I know Kyrie destroyed the NBA ratings with the way he was hooping. If you guys watch that game, even though Boston won, Boston is rattled. Kyrie was, bro. They're calling him all these names. He dropped 39 without effort.
Mind you, I just told you that Marcus Smart got Defensive Player of the Year.
I don't know how. The only reason Marcus Smart won DPOY is because Draymond was out for 30 games, bro. Draymond is locked up. Your guys is not mine. Your guys is watching out there. Your MVP, Nikola Jokic, he locked him up for 2 games back to back. And he about to get swept back-to-back seasons, and this is your MVP. At least give it to Joel Embiid, bro, or Giannis. People that actually produce in the postseason.
But if Giannis gets another MVP, then we just got to call him the GOAT of all GOATs.
No. Look. Hey, Giannis is about to. Giannis's resume can actually be the GOAT of all GOATs, and we got to respect it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When people tear down Wilt Chamberlain's stats, now we can look at Giannis Antetokounmpo, and now we got to put truth to everything that Wilt did. Like, Giannis is averaging 20 boards a game.
Crazy,
and putting up 40 points. No matter how much you guys hate him, he just gets better. So stop hating him.
Exactly. Why don't we just embrace the Greek freak? Because look, y'all was hating on his free throws 2 years ago.
Don't know how to dribble.
No, listen. I got you. Look, I got you, Cuddy. Look, 2 years ago, y'all was hating on his free throws. Now he can hit free throws. A year ago, y'all was hating on his jumper. This dog out here hitting fadeaway threes. Pulling up mid-range. I'm like, what? 7 foot tall hitting threes? I'm like, bro, quit the game. Unplug the controller, coach.
It's wild because, when it's all said and done, mind you, Giannis is the same age as me. So, at my age, he's doing what he's doing to grown men with illustrious careers. So you have to, putting in perspective. If he gets one more MVP, and if he just so happens to take the finals this year, I'm a KD fan.
He can do it though, but Giannis can still do it.
I gotta give him his credit.
I already told you, Cuddy, away from the live stream. I already told you that if it's not gonna be KD coming out with Kyrie as a 7th seed, it's gonna be Giannis for sure.
For sure. For sure. It's tough.
It's like Giannis is that unstoppable, but it's like y'all need to stop hating him because he's getting better and better. I don't know when he's gonna.
He's getting better and better.
Where is his ceiling at, Coach? Because he don't got no ceiling. Like this dude won the Finals MVP, beat the Suns in 6, and went and got a 50-piece McNugget from Chick-fil-A. That's what I think about Giannis. He acting like I never got Chick-fil-A. I gotta go today. It's like, bro. Do you know that you should be in Disneyland like the rest of the chip winners? I go to Chick-fil-A and get 50-piece nugget. That boy is so humble. It's crazy.
People make a living trolling on Giannis on Twitter, and they think that they're getting all the jokes off in the world. They think that they're getting, they think that they're getting the crazy following. Oh yeah, we're all laughing at Giannis until he pull out with a dub. And to get that Finals MVP, like then is turning on 2K.
Look, hey, he get the Finals MVP. You turn on ESPN on Monday. We never saw this coming. Y'all, this is just the Greek. I thought LeBron was gonna win. LeBron been out the playoffs for 2-3 weeks.
He gotta find a formula to get back in, man. It's a new age, man.
He better join Giannis off the bench. That's LeBron's last chance to win a ring. To join Giannis.
He probably gonna tell the Bucks to drive Bronny. Just so he can slide. Yeah. I'll slide for a buck.
Well, I only came to play with Giannis because my son's here. Nah, bro. You came for Giannis. Bro. Your son only got Giannis. He only got to the league because you're hype. He's not LeBron 2.0. We know the truth for sure. But I mean, what's your little final summation of the playoffs? I got the Warriors coming out over top. I'll say Warriors over the Nets or Bucks.
Warriors are looking nice in the West.
We're looking crazy. We got that triple death lineup. We got Jordan Poole averaging 29.5 first 2 games, 6 assists a game. Curry dropped 34 off the bench in 22 minutes. You know what that means? Per 36, 55 points. Quit playing with Curry, dog. Quit playing with Steph Curry for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in them getting to the conference finals. I feel like their biggest testament is going to be the Mavericks.
The Suns.
Well, I mean the Suns. Yeah,
look. I
say the Suns because they're coaching, but I say the Mavericks.
I'm more afraid of Luka. I'm more afraid of Luka than the Suns because look, in the regular season, we whooped on the Suns a lot. I'm not gonna lie. So.
Exactly.
But look, the Mavs, Luka beat us 3-1 in the regular season by himself. So I'm more afraid of Luka because that's a different beast. He's super young and he has the potential to be the GOAT too, just like Giannis. Like
and he brings the best out of his teammates.
Exactly, and we can't even hate on that, bro. Like I don't care. Luka, he moves awkward, shoots weird. He can still be the GOAT, just like Giannis. I don't care. Like, these foreigners are kicking it up, and all I see in the NBA is Seattle players kicking it up. Every other state, they slacking. It's Seattle and foreigners in the league.
We were just talking about Ant-Man taking over and
shout out Ant-Man because he had a nice speech about Jaden McDaniels.
I was just about to get on that.
Exactly. So go ahead. Speak on that.
We talk about Ant-Man, just because he's the face of the team. He's, of course, not taking away anything from his talent, but also you got to throw in that young talent, Jaden McDaniels. He's a top tier talent just as equally, who has, superstar potential as Ant-Man, and even Anthony Edwards reiterated that in his post-game interview where he was like, the ceiling that Jaden can reach, he's not even near close. He was the best player out on the court, the first game.
Yeah, it's only both of their second year.
So,
look, and once Jaden gets some more weight, because look, he's super tall, he's blocking shots. Anthony Edwards said the only person to ever block his layup was Jaden. That's crazy.
They're about to be a crazy combo.
For many years to come, the NBA is in such great hands. Let's end the show on that, talking about the youthfulness of the NBA for sure. Like Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham, Jordan Poole.
And also, we both are, the whole state is rooting for Baby Boy to get that Most Improved Player award. So, he's rightfully deserved it, obviously.
Come off the ACL tear, all that, man. Come on.
He's in company with Ja and who's the other Most Improved?
The other most improved player is Tyrese Maxey, I think.
Is it Tyrese Maxey?
I'm pretty sure it's Tyrese Maxey. If not, they might have put Miles Bridges.
Okay.
That's the top 4, but it's looking
regardless,
it's Murray or Morant. Yeah. I think Murray or Morant. I don't know.
Regardless, we just know his story and everything. His elevation as a player is beyond just recovering from the injury. The environment that he grew up in, the environment that we all know so well, South Seattle, it's not the most positive place to come out of. And in any instance, your life could go, sideways. So him and KP, you know, they come from that struggle, both, you know, being Rainier Beach babies, just as everybody else, you know, Nate Robinson, you know, Jamal Crawford and everybody. But
I mean, you know, and a little thing about that too, I was just, you know, working in the South End earlier, and you know, I drove by, you know, Avery's old shop right there by Beach.
Facts.
I used to be getting my haircut right after Baby Boy would be getting his haircut, and then Facts. You know, when Avery moved over to, you know, 9000 Barbershop in Tukwila, he had the autographed DeJounte Murray shirt right there. You know, I was able to see him over there too. So it's just, man, I just RP to Avery, the best barber the town might have known in a while. Like, he cut so many of these town legends, gave us the confidence, gave me the confidence for many years, you know, cutting designs in my hair. Gave me that confidence to be the best me. You know, he gave it to DeJounte Murray, and that's just like, we need more of that uplifting from the town, because, you know, when you're coming from the South End, there's not a lot of that. It's mostly just you in your tight circle of people, and then you got to try to make it out somehow. But, man.
And those are just, that's just another instance of a figure that unites everybody regardless of what kind of financial, you know, situation they're in, or different type of class types. Like, we're talking about, he, you know, cut Baby Boy's hair from when he was, you know, in high school all the way up to when he was a professional player making millions.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
that's
sharing that barber chair with that same person, you know, that same person's cutting your hair.
And Avery was giving him the same knowledge he was giving me. I'm just thankful for all the talks that me and Avery had, for real. Like, y'all need to look him up at the Mr. Barber GT. Like, get the money on Instagram. Facts. For sure. Like, legendary barber, Avery Wilcox, Seattle, all the love for sure.
Facts.
But yeah, man, like, this has been a Town Talk Tuesday, episode 13. Skip, close them out.
Yes, sir. Once again, this is your host, JSkip, Skip Jones, you know, along with my cousin, my blood.
Your boy Jorge Hendricks. You already know the deal. We back in direct at it.
Come on.
All summer. So you're gonna see more of me. Don't trip, y'all. But we back.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Hey, like and subscribe, y'all.
Absolutely.
Love y'all. We going up.
Keep
Thankful for
in.
all the fam, y'all.